Okay, in this video we're going to be talking about the different types of subject shifting or the slide shifting, depending on whatever your teacher calls it. So I guess the first point I want to bring up is not to target practice, because your hand will learn that distance. Even if you know that it's wrong, your hand will have learned that distance. So that leads to super inconsistent playing. But there's a lot of different ways that we can shift between single finger, two fingers, or across a string. So let's start, so total we'll have 8 ways that we can do this. So when you start adding on all the different options. So we're gonna start with old bow and new bow. So I'm gonna stay on the same finger for now. So say I'm shifting from first position to fourth position. I can slide on the old bow, which would be the first option here. So I'm gonna slide on the old bow. And I'm gonna do an up bow as soon as I get to that new note. And then I wanna try the same thing on the new bow. So we can go and slide on the new bow. So those are the first 2 options. And now this gets a little bit trickier when we add a new finger, because now we can do old bow, old finger, old bow, new finger, new bow, old finger, new bow, new finger. So I really have to make sure I'm keeping track of which one I'm doing. So let's start with the old bow, old finger. So I'm gonna shift from into the same position but with a different finger. So I'll shift to the second finger, and I want to shift on the old bow. So I'll shift on the old bow, old finger. So I'm going to shift on the down bow and old finger, and then do a new bow to play that F. And then I want to try the opposite, which is old bow, new finger. So we can do down bow, put the second finger down, and then do an up bow when we get there. Okay, and then now we have our next option, which would be the new bow, old finger. So I'm still going to shift from 1 to 2, B to F. New bow would be new bow, old finger. So just think about this. New bow, old finger. So, and then we can do new bow, new finger. So which would be, so we can do that. And then let's try now the next step that we can add. So we have, when we change strings, now this gives us twice as many options. So now we have 8 options. This is what I meant when I said 8. All right, so I'm going to do the same positions, and let's do the D string first, finger E, to F on the second finger here, in fourth position on the A string. So we'll do old bow, old finger, old string. So that would look like this: old bow, old finger, old string. So I'm going to shift on this string, and then I do the new bow with the note. So I shift first, so shifting down bow is the old bow. I'm going to move on the old bow, and I'm going to stay on the old string, which is the note it's the string I'm on right now. Okay, so that's option number 1. Option number 2 would be old bow, old finger, new string. So let's do, we're here, we're going to play this note, and then we're going to shift on the new string, but still the old finger. We're going to put that finger down when we get there. And now we're going to try old bow, new finger, old string. So this is option number 3. So we're going to shift from first finger on the old string with the new finger. To that string for the third subject shift, and then we'll go into the fourth one, which would be doing that on the new string. So old bow. That's 4. Number 5 would be now the new bow, old finger, old string. So we have old finger, old string. So we do that. Number 6 would be new bow, old finger, new string, which would look like, this is a great exercise for me. New bow, old finger, new string. There we go. And then we're gonna go new bow, new finger, old string. So we're gonna do new finger, old string. That's the 7 subtrick shift, and we can also do new bow, new finger, new string, which would look like. That one's a little bit easier than some of the others. So that was the 8th one. So the reason why we have all these different options is like, however you practice slowly is going to have a little bit of a remnants of how you shift when you play up to tempo. So I know even if you're trying to do a clean shift, and we try so hard to hide shifts, there still will just be a little remnants of the fact that you're sliding your finger or moving your hand across the fingerboard. So these different options will create a different sound, and you should be able to use all of them to create what you want out of the music. Like, you don't want to just stick to one and be stuck with one option. You should not choose like a technique that's easy to you and just play. You should do what best serves the music. So that might be the other options that you might not be as familiar with. And I think that's it.